No, literally, he's just a very young kid that is 18 years old, I think, or 17. It was 17 or 18 years old. He was a little older because he had his beard.
Right.
His parents are from Morocco. His mother is Spanish, and he just have a face that I love it. And he has done just one or two things in TV in Spain, very, very few. But I want to have a father that has these old features like a civil war in Spain, and at the same time, that is a guy who is like, if he invites you to get to an adventure with him, to a journey, you will say yes, of course. Right. Somebody who really can be somebody that you will love to hang out with. You know, I want that kind of father. It's the father that he imagined.
You're going to be sitting down, I was told, with Werner Herzog on Sunday. Exactly. I would kill to be at that thing. I can't. I would. It pains me greatly.
That's unfortunate.
So I'm asking David if I can, if there's going to be a video of it or something. I hope there is, because it's.
I hope it's going to be the DEA in LA, and I'm very honored that Werner, who normally doesn't do that, and he is, and it's just I'm such a fan of him that hope honoring me, for me, it's a privilege for me to have him as in the Q&A, because I think that would be a very interesting conversation, because I think it's going to be deep in the subjects and things that we are.
He said something a couple of years ago around the time of the Grizzly Bear movie.
Grizzly Man. No?
Grizzly Man, and he said basically, he's been saying this a lot, that people, moviegoers, particularly younger moviegoers, don't trust their eyes anymore. They don't trust what they see. And I was speaking to a Roger Michel, who directed this very good mainstream comedy, and he had a special shot in which he was on the Lower West Side of Manhattan with Harrison Ford and Rachel McAdams, and he had a special sunset going on right then, and it was a perfect sunset with the sun right at the exact place he wanted to be. And they were walking into it, and it was really quite a beautiful shot. But I was thinking to myself that I think most people say, well, I don't see it was just CG. So what's the difference? I don't know if some people get that, but that's one thing that you can definitely trust in Beautiful, is that you believe everything. There's absolutely no. I mean, I believe the people on the ceiling. It didn't look to me like
No, because I have to say that I was dealing and exploring a genre that close to the tragic rules, and at the same time the metaphysical thing that I didn't want to take this to another territory or another genre, or a horror film or fantasy film or the Guillermo del Toro territory. I didn't want to do that. I want this to keep just in the psyche of him, in his feelings, in how he perceiving his point of view. So that's why I struggle a lot to the execution, and then in the editing. In the editing, I found the real measure that I should have. I edited this film for 1 year, 2 months. Never I have had that luxury. So this is a coffee.
14 months?
Yeah, 14 months.
Wow.
Why? Because I do 50 to get those performances and to get those kind of things. I do 50 takes. Nobody understands how complicated it is to get these themes and these scenes with actors, non-actors, and emotionally and physically, and what it involves to get to the trueness of that. And I do 50 takes if I have to do it, and I do it a lot of times. So when I arrive, I pull everything, the jewels that are being in those spaces together, and then find how to do the combination of these three elements. And I think that the architecture of the visual architecture of this film is much more complicated than any other that I have done. Why? Because it's a lot of layers, and there's some magical moments as the birds crossing in that bridge and all that choreography.
That was lovely. That the flock above the freeway in Barcelona. That was wonderful.
That or the club scene and things that I designed in one single take. That it took a lot of work, a lot of things. But I agree with you. It's not about special effects, it's about the special affects. What I really invest. And I shoot it in a chronological way, which was very interesting to go through the emotional journey with the actor and everybody. But I agree with you. I think people has lost that. When they see something, they say, well, that's a computer geek doing it. But it's not.
I got a forfeit to Scott, but it was very nice again to see. I wish I could be there this Sunday. I wish I was there for the Guillermo thing.
It was great. We went, we spent like 2 hours really.
So I heard,
no, it was great. It was great, and I think it was fascinating to share this with Gustavo and with Rodrigo and that. And it's interesting that it's just when I felt that this is kind of painting that if you mention to the people, look what is there and what is behind that screen, then the people immediately see it. You know, but you have to point it out, and that's what happened in that theater. After 2 hours, the people began to ask, and then when we were answering questions, like the film revealed in another different dimension. It was super interesting to see that. You know?
I presume that you've already done